Hari Om, welcome to this session of Bhagavadgita contemplation. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha. Okay. So I'm not sure how many of you missed this beautiful famous shloka which we were going through. I think Shweta, Deepa, I don't know if she was there. So Shweta, this was the most important shloka that we had just gone through the previous two classes. So you can just chant it if you wish, because it is very famous. Dukkheshvanudvignamanaha sukheshu vigataspruhaha Vitaragabhayakrodhaha sthitidhirmuniruchyate sthitadhirmuniruchyate.
Sorry, if you want me to chant.
If you wish to. Yeah.
I can definitely try. Dukkheshu
Anudvigna
mana sukheshu vigata thira vitaraga bhaya krodha hitadhira munir uchyate.
Which means one whose mind remains undisturbed amidst misery, one who does not crave for pleasure, one who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady wisdom.
Oh, nice.
Ah.
Very nice.
How doable is that? Is what we are going to discuss right now. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
So, in which context we were all answering some of these questions. How do I react to life, Shweta? Do I hold on to grudges forever?
No. I mean, we're humans at the end of the day. All this, we have all the feelings, right? Like, we're not saints by any means.
Yeah.
But I think at least the best part is to try to let go, right? That's the huge thing what we can learn and be a human.
It. Yeah, correct. And not just grudges. How do I react to life in general? I mean, do we get very excited when something good happens? Okay, now we have learned not to react too strongly to something which goes wrong, perhaps. But what about that which excites us, which makes us happy? Do we go overboard? What do you all think, people? Indra, Shaila, Kamala, Deepa?
Yes, we go overboard actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want it to last forever. I mean, we feel, okay, this is it. This is how we have achieved that. And, this is the peak of happiness or something. Isn't it, Kamala, Shaila?
Yes.
Yeah. So the whole, I think the whole structure of our modern society is built on making people excited about something, isn't it? And if you don't express that excitement, people think something is wrong with you, isn't it? We give something to a child and we say, aren't you happy now? Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy? We are forcing the child to express that happiness somehow. And we are training that, you have to react for the things of the world. You have to react with that kind of excitement or something. So that's also, I think it's a bit very imposing feelings on ourselves, on children. The whole structure is built like that. The whole advertising industry is in the business of making us excited about something. All these things, no? And we see something and we see an advertisement, immediately we want to go to Amazon, check out how much it costs, go to other sites, see the difference in this thing, and somehow we are geared to go and get that piece of happiness from somewhere. That is what we need to get worried about, be cautious about, and not get too carried away, isn't it? So these little traps are laid out for us all the time. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, isn't it? And then another question we were thinking of was, can I stop the world from hurting me? Shweta.
Can you what? I'm sorry. Can you stop the word? What?
Can we stop the world from hurting us? Can I stop?
No, I think hurt is just again a feeling, right? It's just like depends on how you react. So it all comes back to attitude. I think that's huge, and how you perceive it, and how do you let it affect you. So it's the strength you build around you.
Okay.
Is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
How you react to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So building the strength in what manner that, oh, I should not let the world hurt me? Or is it a superficial strength that you just tell the mind not to get angry? Or is it some inner strength that gives you that, it doesn't matter kind of thing? That is what we are looking at here. The inner strength, which comes from the knowledge that the world is just, happening, and it has no power to hurt me, because it's useless. Basically, it's useless to please the world. No matter what you do, there's something wrong with what you have done. Perfection is an illusion, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, with that knowledge, I don't think we should worry about the world at all. So in this shloka, basically it's about how the wise one, another very important point of this shloka is Sukheshu anudvigna manaha, the one who is not excited in sukha, and dukheshu vigata spruha, and is untouched by dukkha also. That means, what is the primary implication of this shloka is the wise one is not free from experiencing sukha and dukkha. The world treats the wise one also in the same manner that any other human being, unenlightened human being, is treated. That's the first and foremost takeaway from this shloka. Yes or no?
Yeah.
He thought that the wise one is free or exempt from all these feelings. No, all these inputs from life, not at all. Very much, the wise one is also very much exposed to all these ups and downs of life. That was the most important takeaway. While the reaction of the wise one is completely different from what ordinary people like us go through. That's the thing. So sukha and dukkha are always there. And the Buddha said, when you are hit by, suppose you are hit by an arrow, like suppose you are hurt or something. Suppose that arrow, what he calls, there are two arrows which can hurt you. One is an arrow which hits you. That means an unpleasant occurrence in life, of which nothing can be done. We know, we have spoken about prarabdha and how destiny, and how there are certain things which we cannot avoid because of karma phala or whatever it is. So that is the unpleasant occurrence in life which one can do nothing about. Whereas the second arrow, which can really hurt, is my reaction to it. So Buddha says, I can't do anything about it. You are the one who's in control of your emotions and your reactions, and you are the one who need to take charge of that. So that is our takeaway from this shloka. And why do you think the wise one is not affected by these things? What do you all think? Why? How come this wise fellow is unaffected by sukha, dukkha, and vita, raga, bhaya, krodha? He's transcended raga, attachment, bhaya, fear, krodha, anger, and he's established thita dhihi. He's established in wisdom. Why do you think that happens with a wise person? What is that?
Take a stab at it.
Huh?
Can I take a stab at it?
Can I take a?
Can I try?
Yeah, sure. You
Take a stab?
do take. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
take a stab at it. Yeah, right. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I think it goes back to the shloka where they talk about sukha dukkhe samay krutva, right? Labha, labha. So I think at the end of the day, if you reaction is similar to both sukha, dukkha, or any other emotions, that's how you build your resistance, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get angry every day. My kids don't listen to me. I get angry. But I can't react the same way every time, right? And it's funny because I do a lot of experiments with children. How they
Yeah,
see the
please share.
huh?
Please share what the experiments you do.
No, it's just like like how my reaction is. If I scream at something they're doing, guess what? The reaction is or Newton's third law, or I don't know. They say Newton didn't do the laws, but anyways, I'll still refer it as a Newton's third law, right?
Yeah.
Everything has equal and opposite reaction. If I scream and then the reaction is similarly bad, right? It'll be like anger, crying, etc. there. But at the same time, sometimes this is what I've been trying to do. If I lower my voice to a point where they can't even listen, what mommy, what mommy, mommy is what they come back to me.
Yeah.
And then that way I just feel like my energy is not drained either, because I didn't realize till my kids just recently, I have two little boys, right? They can drive you crazy with all their antics and that fighting and
True.
their mouth. They
Yeah.
just drive you crazy, I think.
How old are
But,
they?
huh?
How old are your children, boys?
They're 7.5. I have twin boys.
Oh my God. They're at their peak of mischief. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just like with each other, they're fighting or they're trying to punch each other, stuff like that, what boys do. But still, instead of shouting, I'll be like, I lower my voice. And they're like, what, mommy? What are you trying to say? We can't hear you. Sometimes I don't even talk. I'm just like doing a lip moment with them.
Okay.
I get the best reaction when I just have the lip moment from them. At
Wonderful.
least I'm breaking the fight. And at the end of the day, I am not tired, because the minute you scream, I didn't realize how much tiredness comes to you. So,
True.
so anyways, I think it's about how you react to the situation. And, sometimes it's just better to
Actually, it's
walk away.
managing. It's actually management. of the situation.
True. Management 101, right? You're right. It's just managing the emotions is what it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's best to walk away and not say stuff, right? It's easy to say stuff because it's the ego. Again, it's about the ego. The ego kicks in and you want to say something and you want to be on top of it.
Yes.
You want to make the other person feel belittle or whatever, because you're feeling the same way. So
Correct.
it's just recognizing the what do you call, sorry, it's too early in the morning for me to think. My words are not coming out.
I know, and you have the jet lag too. Yeah.
No, I'm okay. I slept well last night. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So the question was, do the wise get angry? Okay, we get angry. We try to manage somehow. We get wiser by every event, and we learn from the past one, and we try to do the next one better. But on a general basis, do the wise get angry at all? Is the question.
Yes.
Yes. They do
Yes,
get it.
they do get angry for the right reasons.
Lokahita.
Lokahita. They get angry for lokahita. Isn't it? Not for my selfish little thing. Oh, somebody hurt me. That kind of anger not happening. Only for lokahita they get angry. And that's also, it's a drama. Anyway, the whole world is a drama for them. So the anger is also a drama, and they put things right and they go back to business. So the one point I wanted to, last week I forgot to make was, from where do they get this deep sense of, peace and undisturbed, and how are they sthitadihi? So one of the commentators on the Bhagavadgita says, Shankaracharya says, because of three things. Kritakrityataya. That means they are krutartha. The word krutartha means one who is completely content and satisfied. That is complete contentment and satisfaction they have felt. Why? Because they have praptasya praptataya. Because they have attained what is to be attained. What do we have to attain in life? What is that we are looking for it in all, every second, every moment, every interaction of ours? What are we looking for? What are we aiming to get out of life?
Happiness.
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 Yeah. Happiness, contentment, whatever it is. That is the only thing. Come to think of it, each and everything we do is only for happiness, isn't it? So the wise have praptasya prapti. That happiness that we are trying to get, they have already got it. That is why they are always content. Okay. And then jnatavya jnatataya. They already know, they have understood what is to be understood. Krutakrutyateya, praptasya praptataya, and jnatavya jnatataya. So they have understood, they know what is to be known. That is the secret of happiness. And they have got the secret of happiness. They have already attained that happiness. And therefore they are established in wisdom. That is what the Shankara says about the secret behind the wise one's stability of happiness. So that is the aim with all of us. And the wise is also fearless. Bhaya is not there. Vita raga, attachment is not there. Bhaya is not there. Krodha is not there. I always established in. Why that fearless is not there? It doesn't matter what the world thinks of you. They just do not, it doesn't bother them at all. How many of us can claim that? Tell me. How many of us can claim that the world, I don't care what the world thinks of me? No. So many we have so much investment in what the others think of us, right? Anu, you haven't spoken. Good morning. Yeah. We all have our reputations to think about, isn't it? Because so many of our next steps depend on the reputation, how the world sees us. Yes, Indra, you want to say something? Yeah. So all these are, we have a lot of investment in life, which the wise are not invested in. Why? Because they are very sure, because whatever they do turns out to be the right thing to do. We have to calculate 100 times our next step, what I say next, what I do next, how I behave next. We have to do so much calculation, and we have to be so careful what we do. But once the wise, they are established in that sense, in that steady wisdom, it is spontaneous. It is a spontaneous, response to life as it unfolds. There is no thinking going on there. So that's what Prabhuji also keeps saying. When I see you all, excuse me a minute, this is my cook and it's very important. Hello, Kusuma. So Prabhuji also keeps saying, when I sit on the seat and I start talking, I don't know what I'm going to speak. But when he speaks, it's a flow. It's a total flow. And something else I shared in a few classes ago, and most of you are absent, how the Jnani looks at the world and how we look at the world. Okay. So how do we look at the world generally? Nobody is talking, only I am talking. It's
through name and form. And then we realize that he is an Atmajyoti. But for Prabhuji, he connects them as an Atmajyoti, and then comes to mind that he has a form and a name.
Correct. Yes, that was what he said. So for Prabhuji, when he sees something, he sees only Brahman everywhere. He just sees vague shapes and forms. And then it'll just it takes a few seconds from him to actually connect that name and form, that form to the name, and then actually see different people and objects. So he's come from Brahman to from subject to object. We are going from he is coming from the totality samashti to the vyashti. Totality is called samashti. No, is that right? Yeah, totality is samashti. He's coming from the whole to the vyashti, to the individual, whereas we are totally opposite. I, me, myself, and then I see the world as different things. And then through all these classes, I have to finally tell myself that, oh, this is all Brahman, this is all me. So there's a major difference between a Jnani and a Ajnani. Okay. So we can go to the next sloka if you wish. It is kind of the same. It is almost the same thing. So let's chant this, and if anything else is to be added, we can add for that. This is 57. You want to go at it, Kamala?
Ji, I will repeat.
Yeah. Oh, you want to repeat? Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sarvatranabhisnehaha tastasprap snehaha tat prapya shubha shubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratisthita. I think Vinaya
Yes.
Vinaya also will chant it properly, but you go ahead.
Okay. Yes, sarvatranabhisnehaha tat prapya shubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita.
Yes. Vinaya, you want to chant?
Yeah, सर्वत्र नभिस्नेहः तत्तत् प्राप्य शुभाशुभं नाभिनन्दादि न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
All right. Who else wants to take a shot at it?
Can I, Purnimaji?
Yeah, of course, sure.
Yes, sarvatranabhisnehaha tattat prapya subhashubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita.
Okay.
यः सर्वत्र नाभिस्नेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभं नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Yes. Who else? Okay.
I can try.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Everybody sings so well.
It is not singing, just chant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sarvatra nabhisneha tat prapya subhashubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya pragya pratishtita.
Yes, sarvatranabhisnehaha tat prapya shubhashubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratisthita, which means sarvatranami anabhisnehaha. He is not attached. Anabhisnehaha. He is not attached to anyone in particular. Like us, they don't have a group of 3 best friends. They don't have a WhatsApp group of school friends and college friends. Anabhisnehaha, with everything. Tat prapya shubha shubham, under all conditions, neither delighted by good fortune nor dejected by problems. Na abhinandati na dveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. He is a sage of perfect knowledge, unattached after all conditions. Same thing has been said in several shlokas. Whatever we discussed, the same is the same sloka, basically what was happening in the previous one. People want to add to it, you're please welcome. You want to discuss more, you have questions, we can take those. What do you want to say about any of this?
I have a question, Purnimaji.
Yeah.
Last week we discussed about how to be fearless. That at one point we took it to be in the present and the 3 things what Prabhuji said.
Correct.
So this week, how to be not hurt, not to that much, to the higher degree. How to react less to the hurt. How to not take it too much deeper into ourselves. Any one thing we can take for the.
Correct. How?
And one more.
Yeah.
Even though you are not hurt, also we make our mind not to be hurt. What they said, we'll try to forget.
Yeah.
But the person who hurt us, when they see, they behave as if they have not done anything to us, and they just try to take advantage of us. That is more hurting. No?
Oh, they don't even know that they have hurt you, right? That's the thing. That's what you're saying.
No, they know also. They must have really bad also. They behave as.
Okay. Okay. So let us all share. No, what do you think? What do you want to share about this, Kamala? Yeah. Anyone wants to answer, Indra?
Of late, we need to just ignore everything. I know it.
How to ignore, Kamala? It is so obvious. It's in front of you, no? How do we do that? Anybody has anything to say, to tell how not to be hurt by someone who has hurt you? And nobody has any advice, is it? See, why do I get hurt? Let us break down the sentence to these little things. Why do I?
Okay. Oh, she's back. Okay. Hi, yeah, you're back. Purnima ji, you're on mute, actually.
Yeah, sorry, there was an internet connectivity issue. Okay, someone was saying something.
Yeah, the problem with hurt. So it is like the person who is hurting us will have the intention that we need to get hurt. So what we need to either we need to ignore it, or we need to just react in a opposite way.
Okay. No, first question is, why do I get hurt?
Because we associate ourselves with our body, mind, and intellect. That is the reason we are getting hurt.
We have an image. I have an image of myself. No, that I'm a very good person. I have these qualities. Yes, Shweta, you are unmuted. Please tell me.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll wait and then I can.
Yeah. So isn't that true? Because I have an image of myself. According to me, I have done nothing wrong to hurt that person or for him to hurt me. Isn't it? According to me, I have done nothing wrong at all. I am completely, not deserving of this treatment by XYZ. That is why I get hurt when I don't. Number one, I feel I have done nothing wrong. Number two, I have an expectation of how the world has to treat me. Isn't it, Indra?
Yes, Purnimaji, correct.
Who has promised me that, I'm going to treat you well all the time? The world is not designed to give you happiness, Indra. That is the first message that we need to get from this whole exercise. The world is not designed. It is not there to please you or give you happiness. We are trying to extract something out of the world which is not designed to give. Which is a fantastic point, actually. Come to think of it. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Prabhuji always says the world is a spiritual gym. It's a gymnasium. Gymnasium, you are supposed to sweat it out and shed some of the fat. The fat which is in my head that, XYZ, so many things I have in my head that I have to shed. That is why I have come to the spiritual gym, is what we have been told. There's a main thing here. So every situation that we come across, if it does not help you, it does not help you evolve and grow, then it means it's a useless situation. Okay, so yes, but irrespective of that, yes, I do get hurt, like Indra says. Despite what all I know about the world being so such and such, I do get hurt, right? So what do I do about it? There's a fantastic example in how Sri Krishna treats it. How he was hurt the moment, even before he was born, he was the people were plotting to hurt him, isn't it? Even before he was born, they hurt his parents also big time. How did he deal with it? Completely, he was so totally in charge, So as and when the trouble came to him, he dealt with it. That's all. Tuck. First of all, he didn't feel hurt by that. He said, this fellow who is hurting me, he needs a treatment. Not me. I'm fine. The fellow in front of me, he needs to learn the lesson, not me. No, Indra. You turn the, the whole narrative you can shift. I'm not the one who needs to learn a lesson. The guy in front of me needs to know how to behave himself. So especially in when the Shishupala thing happens, no, that Shishupala's mother begs him when the baby is small. You know that story, right? All of you?
No, what is that, Purnimaji?
Okay. So there is a, I don't know what the relationship between Shishupala's mother and Krishna. Do you know, Kamala? I'm not sure.
Shishupala's mother was Krishna's aunt.
Okay. So Shishupala's mother was Krishna's aunt, and that poor lady, she gave birth to a child, and that child was born with 3 heads or 3 eyes or something. No, Kamala?
I think it has 4 hands.
4 hands. It's a 4 hands or something weird. You know,
Weird, correct. Yeah.
3 heads. It's a weird baby. And so obviously the mother is distraught. Poor lady doesn't know what's happening, and she cries. She sees the baby and she cries. And then Krishna, little Krishna, he's just a boy. You know, they are still in Vrindavan, Gokul. He's not yet become a big boy. He's just a small, cowherd boy. And he comes to visit the aunt and see the baby. And when he picks up the baby, and that Shishupala's mother would have cried, and God would have appeared to her and said, look, when you will get a visit from such a person, when that person picks up your baby, his 3rd head will disappear. That's the good news. And she's elated when she hears that. Oh, great. The unnecessary head will disappear. Your baby will become normal when that person lifts. Then she's very excited. Oh, who is that? Great. Then he said, but Brahma says, but understand that the same person will be the cause of your son's death also. So in the boon, there is also a curse also. The same person who will make the 2nd head of your child vanish will also be the cause of your son's death. So the poor mother doesn't know whether to be happy or to be sad. So when Krishna comes and lifts the baby and puts him on his lap, the head vanishes. So the baby becomes normal. The mother is happy that the baby has become normal, but always scared, always worried that this Krishna is going to kill my son one day when he grows old. So you know what the mother says? She asks for a boon of Krishna. She says, please forgive. I know my son is supposed to, insult you and you are going to kill him, but please give me a boon. Please tolerate his, please don't kill him. Something like that. She says, please forgive him, don't kill him. Then Krishna says, look, I can't do such things, but there's a limit to which I can tolerate his, this thing. 100 bad deeds of his, I will tolerate. 100. 101st bad thing that he does, I'll have to destroy him. That little boy Krishna, he's just like 8, 9 or whatever. He says that. Then Shishupala's mother has no choice. He says, okay, thanks, and goes. And then that Shishupala turns out to be a ally of Duryodhana, and he's a katta enemy of Krishna. Always he's siding Duryodhana, he's siding Adharma, and he's cursing Krishna all the time. And once during the Ashwamedha Yagna, I think, no, or for the peace talks or something, when when Krishna goes to Duryodhana's, Dhritarashtra's court, and actually it's when Indraprastha, I think Dharmaraya does Pada Puja to Krishna.
Rajasuya Yajna, I think.
Rajasuya Yajna. Dharmaraya calls Krishna, he calls all the Rajas, and Krishna is and he does Pada Puja to Krishna. Okay. And the Shishupala, look at this girl, he says, why are you doing Pada Puja to a cowherd? He is nothing. And he starts insulting Krishna. His time has come. Until then, he has done a lot of things with Duryodhana. He has sided Duryodhana. He is in Adharmi. He has waged war against Dwaraka. He has tried to, he's done several things. But now, and at this time, when the time has come, he starts abusing Krishna left, right, and center. He says all sorts of things about Krishna. And Krishna, what does he do? Just smiles. He's smiling and laughing and looking at him. Smiling and laughing and looking at him. 101st bad word he gives Krishna, his Sudarshana Chakra appears. Takar, his head is gone. That's it. The fruition of the karma phala. Krishna is the karma phala data. It's not that Krishna killed him. No. It is Shishupala's karma which came to fruition in front of the Jnani, in front of God. That's all. So Indra, don't worry about people hurting you. First of all, you don't get hurt. The other fellow will be worried that his karma is coming to fruition there. It is not about me. It's about the other person who is, if he is doing something bad, if you genuinely know that it is something wrong, like just what the situation we described, unwantedly that Shishupala went on cursing Krishna, then he will get his deserts, no, just deserts. It's coming up. It is coming to him. That karma phala will come to that person. Let me not do anything about it. Karma will take its course. Or he will get, after 2 days, that person will realize, Are Baba, I was rude to Indra. I shouldn't have done that. It's perfectly, I don't have to do anything about it. What do you all feel, the others? What do you think? Is that a valid thing to do? Shweta, Shaila, Anu, Vinaya?
Like, this situation will also pass away.
This situation will pass is again a samadhana. I'm telling myself, leave it. That's not thing. I should not be hurt. That is the stage we need to reach. And in case it is a valid criticism, you ask yourself, what have I done wrong? What is it about me that hurt that person, that he had hurt me in return? That's also there, no?
Go to the source.
That's also a valid question I have to ask myself. If somebody is rude to me, why is he rude to me? Was I rude to him in the first place? See, there is so much introspection to be done all the time. Nah. So in case you feel you have not done anything wrong, out of his turn, he's being rude to me, ignore it. Like Krishna. How does it matter? And there is no need for you to assert your superiority at any point of time to everybody on earth. Just be happy. I'm like this. You don't go and hurt people. That's all. That much control I can have.
Correct.
I cannot expect the world not to hurt me. That is the first question we asked in this. How can the world hurt me? Can you stop the world from hurting me? No. Today I'll make a dish for my own 4 people in my house. I make one dish. One fellow will say one thing. Today the salt is too much. Today's kara is too much. Yesterday it was much better. Why don't you do some other dish? I cannot let those things hurt me. With the best of intention, I am doing whatever it is. I want my family members to be happy with whatever dish I have made. They are not going to be happy. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. Yes or no? What do you all think, Shweta, Shaila?
But sometimes we can't make everyone happy, and it makes like, you have to just do your best and let go.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. At any point of time, the intention is, Baba. Yeah.
I think you're right. I think at the end of the day, it's about our intention, our output, right? Our output is what matters, because, like you said, it's built. I think I have this weird thing of building a wall against some of this and reflecting back. It's like, it's going back to you. That's what you're doing to me. It's going back to you. I'm not going to be like bothered for the most part, but there are things you let in and we kind of brood over it sometimes. But I think coming to classes like this, listening about it, listening to Krishna, Sri Krishna talk about stuff, helps you fortify your inner strength, actually.
Yes.
So
yes. As
And
long
how do you
as-
react, right? It's all about, see, it's like it's going to an examination. Life is an examination. Every single minute and every single day is how I look at it, right?
Yeah.
How do you fare at it? And I think we are not equipped to go deal with everything from day one. Classes, teachings and people's association with people. This is how you get stronger. That's what they call experience, right?
Yeah.
So I think as we gracefully age, that's why they say, people get, what is it? It's like wine, right? It gets better with time. Sorry, I know why this is not a good thing in
No,
this
no,
class.
no, perfectly valid. Yeah, life is like wine, which tastes better as it, ages. Definitely, sure.
So, and I think it gets better because of the experiences you build and because of the association of people. What do you do? So I think it's like an investment. All these classes, everything I look at it as an investment in my own happiness and self, well-being. So, so that's just my 2 cents.
So it is said, no, life is a university where the experience is given first, and then the learning happens later. As in a regular exam, you learn the lessons first and then give the exam. But life, you are thrown into the exam and then you learn. So that is what it is. And Indra, the most important thing here is 47. Verse 47 is the karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. That's always there. You just do your duty. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Don't, you have no right to expect any results from it, which is a very, very cruel thing to tell us. God is telling us something very cruel. You do your job, man, but don't expect that you are going to get a raise or a promotion. It's not going to work in the corporate world, but that is how life works. That's our constant complaint against life, isn't it? I have done so much, but I am not getting, what is due to me. That is my constant crib. But Krishna is telling you straight off, karmanyeva adhikaraste. You have the right only to work. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You do not have right over the results. Why? Because the results depend on so many factors which is not under your control, isn't it? So many other factors are there to give you the results. So I cannot control those factors. What I am in control of is what I can do within my limits. That's it. Isn't it, Indra? And ma karma phala hetu. And if you're not expecting results, you will become a instrument of karma. The moment you expect results, you are again setting in motion the karma cycle, is what Krishna says. The moment you do some action, you expect results, karma. Papa punya will go on in that cycle. Karma, kama, we have a desire, we do some karma, which will come to karma phala. From that karma phala, again you are triggered to do some other karma. So it's an unending cycle. So do your best and do not expect results. And that doesn't mean you should not do karma. That is also Krishna says in that shloka. Don't be attached to non-doing either. No, you have to do. Whatever is on your plate, you have to deal with it. You have got some 5 things on your plate for today. You have to deal with these things and do your best and forget about it. That's what Krishna says. So you are hurt. Number 1, okay, I cannot help it. I am hurt. Acknowledge that I am hurt. Number 2, ask yourself, why did I feel hurt? That is all. We know that because I am identified with BMI, I feel I am in the right, that person is in the wrong. I'm a superior person, and that person shouldn't have hurt me. I have done so much, blah blah blah. All that self-talk, convert it into small self-talk to big self-talk. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am Brahman. The hurt is appearing in my mind. See, what appears to me in my mind is not me, isn't it? See, we have done that prakriya. That is called the Drak Drishya Viveka Prakriya. What I can see my hurt, so I am not the hurt. No, Indra. It is like something is happening. If my little finger is bleeding, it's not that I am bleeding. It's okay. It's just a finger. I just put a patti on it and be done with it. That's it. My mind is hurt. It's okay. After some time, the mind will not get hurt. Done. So the distance, get the distance between you and the mind. I'm not the mind. It's fine. It's all happening in front of me. The mind, there was some interaction with the outer world. The mind is hurt. That's it. You see it as a witness. The mind is still dwelling on it. Oh, I see. The mind is still dwelling on it. Great. So always try to keep the distance between you and the mind. The mind is the most problematic thing. That is why all this triggering of everything happens with the mind. The only thing we can do is distance yourself, which is the true self, from the mind. That's all. And then deal with it in a logical manner, like what we can see from the life of great beings like Krishna. That's all you can do.
Yes. Yes, Purnaji. Yes.
All right. The whole thing is we operate from this point of the self-centered, basically. I'm a good person. I felt hurt. That won't work.
That's what. I have not done anything. Why they have to hurt me? That is the main thing. Actually, I got the point.
They will hurt you. World will hurt you. XYZ is going to hurt you. Hurt you means you can get hurt. It's left entirely up to me not to get hurt. That's all. Yeah. And maybe it's valid also sometimes. Sometimes I might have spoken very rashly, cruelly to someone else. That is why they want to get back at you. So that, number one, why should I get hurt? Number two, some introspection. Number three, it's fine. I can't do anything about it, boss. That's all. Okay, shall we close for the day? Done?
Yes.
Okay, because it's Sunday. Let's go out for a walk. The weather is good. All right. Okay, then.